So Jason Wygant, the revs are up. Let's go racing with the Open Pro Sport. Where's the whole shot coming from?
It definitely was interesting, the 450s versus the 250s off the start in Moto 1. Jace Kessler, rider who does have some experience at the pro level, going to grab that Stasic Hole Shot Award.
But for how long? That's the number 80 again.
Wow.
Lightning in a bottle here. It's Preston Kilroy serving notice. Man, if I'm a team manager, this guy's got my attention. I know Byron Short's got him locked in, though.
I'll tell you what, we said it after he won the first Moto. You have to stop being surprised seeing these Bar X Suzukis up front.
Yep.
And we know one thing about Kilroy, he does his best work late in the race. Now that he's got his starts dialed, these boys could be in trouble.
Yeah, looking at Luca Marsalisi flying on board with him on the number 72. Try to catch up with Levi Kitchen, Chance Hymas, Jet Reynolds. Where are they at? How about we use that?
Yeah, this it's called the timing and scoring screen, and it's got all the riders in the order that they're in. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
So great thing we have Jeff Emmett and all his years of experience broadcasting.
He's already helped me out. Hymas comes through in 16th on that first turn. I know that's probably changed. Where is Levi Kitchens? He's 29th. Holy cow.
We got Reynolds back in about 23rd.
So all the boys, some of the big hitters are buried right now.
This guy is not. Wow, even hitting that track so standing water in that corner, didn't even slow down. Preston Kilroy, but that did. The rut took him down, and he goes, let's see, 3, 4, 5 riders going to get by.
Hey, you know what's happening right there? And Megawatt caught it. See the big pile of dirt on the right? They're hitting their brake, and it comes to a complete stop. And I've seen so many guys do that.
Well, that's a game changer because Kilroy definitely had, destiny in his own hands here. Great way to start out this moto and pitching it down there on the first lap, so he's got his work cut out for him.
Jeff, I want to ask you about that. Look, you might be all-time pretty good starter. I'll just give you that.
Yes.
When you get that hole shot, you have a lot of experience with that. And you're like, okay, I got clear racetrack. I'm going to put in sprint laps. And then that entire plan flips. How hard is it to not panic? Because your entire game plan just changed 180 if you're Kilroy.
Well, it is. And what happens is the adrenaline gets going and the nerves come into play. And so part of this sport that makes it so difficult is then you have to manage that, right? And then you realize if you're Kilroy, you realize that you've just allowed some of the competition to either close up or go by, and so you have to manage that mentally and emotionally too, because all that once the nervousness is in there, it really affects how you ride.
You can even be a multi-time AMA national champ as a pro, and the nerves are still in there.
Still there.
Jeff's been telling us.
Look, as I've shown you the last 3 races this week.
Here's what's amazing. Levi Kitchen, we had, outside the top 30 going through the first turn? He is 8th at the end of lap 1.
That's no longer the case.
And he's not alone. He's got Chance Hymas. You see the 86 to green Kawasaki, and I believe Jet Reynolds is right behind him. Those 3 are moving through traffic together, and they're well in the top 10.
And Kilroy is just in front of them, so all of them are going to surge forward now.
Yep.
Watch them go.
Well, and Kitchen is just totally in command of his motorcycle. I mean, he's gone down a couple times, of course, but it's like he puts the bike wherever he wants. He hits bumps or holes that you think, he's going to get bucked.
Yeah.
And he's so strong with his legs and his body, like his body English, he just soaks things up. I mean, he is totally in the zone.
Up front, it was Kessler lost the lead momentarily to Brandon Walther, and then Heath Harrison, who we've also seen up front in the 25-plus class, is there as well. And now Kate Namarine's challenging them. That is the lead pack.
There's 10 of them right there, and all the players are there. There's Levi Kitchens. Good Lord. He was in 30th. He's 5th.
He might be able to say that he passed 30 riders and got to the front of the field within 4 laps if he keeps this up.
And he's going to get to square off with the number 80, who's just one more move in front of him. There's Kilroy, Kitchens. There's Hymas right there as well.
Hymas is in 3rd.
He is
16th to 3rd.
He's in front of them.
Yes. Unbelievable charge.
So watch the cream rise to the crop. There's Kitchen. Hymas trying to get away from all that nonsense. He got around Kilroy when he went down.
And the difficult thing about the track right is, like, let's say for that turn right there, you have to make your decision where you're going to go in the next turn as you enter the turn before. I mean, as you exit the turn before. Like here, look, you're locked in that line. There's probably 3 or 4 seconds around there. And once you make a choice, like we saw, if somebody falls down, you're stuck there. I mean, that's one of the things that makes this track here at Loretta is so treacherous and so difficult. It is mentally challenging along with physical.
Here they come, challenging Brandon Walther. You did see quadding out of the 10 Commandments. The 86 of Chance Hymas has grabbed the lead. Kilroy and that Suzuki following him. He's into the number 2 spot. And Levi Kitchen is already up to 3rd from outside the top 30, and we're only 2.5 laps into this.
So much has happened in these opening laps here. Hymas really lightning quick now. Kilroy trying to go after. This is what you want. All the boys are there now. They can slug it out.
Well,
No
they were in the
excuses.
top 3 in the first Moto, and they're top 3 now in Moto 2. So it could all come down to the shuffling the deck. These positions setting themselves up for the 3rd Motos. And what direction is it going to go? You can see Kilroy. He wants
Whoa, what
Where did
was
he find that line?
Yes, he went across.
Well, so he tried to shorten the track up. So many of the turns here, if you enter the turn on the outside, you have to stay. But right there, he found an edge there in that sand turn to sort of bank off of and then straighten out the next part of the turn. Wasn't able to make a pass, but he did, keep Kitchen behind him for now. Yeah,
That was awesome.
And then
The drone
Kitchen
was there to
just
catch it.
manual down the tunnel jump to get right up to the rear wheel now of Kilroy. So it's Kilroy in the 80. Here comes Levi Kitchen putting in a big charge on the front straight.
The top 3, these are the fastest guys in this class. Unfortunately, Jet Reynolds back to about 20th or so now. So he's back in 19th. Another bad moto for Jet.
Jeff, you can see what's happening here. Hymas taking advantage as Kilroy and Kitchen battle. He's starting to slip away in the lead.
Yeah, Kitchen definitely not following. He's trying new lines. Let's see if he stays wide right here. Yep, so he's going to try to stay in the middle. Use a little more momentum.
Ooh, Kilroy went all the way to the left side of the track. Not going to get past her on the outside.
Love the cat and mouse games here. He is working
Well, and
on
that
Kitchen.
definitely helps out Hymas a little. He's stretched a couple of bike links out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Remember, Kilroy almost passed him for the lead about half a lap ago, but now he is in full defense mode with Kitchen all over him. Hymas getting away. Kessler, Walther, Robbie Marshall, that's your top 6. Then it's Amorine, Cullen Park, Heath Harrison, and Jack Chambers rounding out the top 10. And Kitchen going to reset and go back to work.
Track is, it seems like to me, I mean, I've watched the races, obviously I'm here most years. The sand section back there that they just went through, there's no good line. There used to be like, okay, the inside's going to get a little rough, further out you go is smooth. It ain't that way anymore. And this turn here, it's choppy and holes the whole way through. I haven't seen it this rough ever.
Does it again. Kilroy likes cutting across all the ruts there.
Then he tries to get back
for
to
it.
the inside, and he stays out of that left one. Watch right here. See, Kitchen gave up just a tad bit there. That inside is so tight.
Now Kitchen wheelie down the back. Look at that right there.
There it is. Those are the
Wheelies
little
over
things.
those braking bumps.
Oh, I like that. I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
I'm chalking that up, making a mental note
Okay,
there.
down.
we want to see that happen to the 50-plus class.
Hey, keep an eye on Hymas. See if he's quadding out of those 10 Commandments. We saw him just 50-50 the last jump. A little bit quicker there. He's all the while he's just slipping away. 153 for Hymas. He was a little quicker than those guys that go around.
Well, and what's interesting, guys, with Hymas out front, and remember, he made some mistakes last year in some of his motos out front. So is he gaining confidence, or as the moto wears on, will the nervousness come up? Okay,
True.
I got this, right? So that's what makes a pro. That's what makes a champion and then makes a pro. And right now he's trying to fend off all the demons, trust all the hard work that he's done, and put in the work to get this moto win.
Well, he has really opened it up. And speaking of that experience, look, Kilroy is 19. Kitchen is 20 years old.
And Hymas
Meanwhile,
just turned
Hymas
16.
just turned 16 back in May. He was in the Schoolboy 2 class and 250B last year. So he has put a full assault on the A class, and he could be sitting on 2-1 moto scores in Open Pro Sport if it ends like this. But a long way to go. And Kilroy and Kitchen still battling.
Crowd is into it, man. They are following right along. A lot of excitement. Early in this moto, it was just too much to call.
Yeah, it settled down to these 3. Probably not a surprise after they were in the top 3 of the first moto. I saw Bobby Regan himself, the team owner of Star Racing, watching this one from the sidelines. So he's putting pressure on his guy. It's a nice comeback for Kitchen, but you know Bobby Regan, they don't pat you on the back for 3rd. And Kitchen's working it.
Did you see the different line choices by both those guys in that sand turn? Kitchen's
Oh,
tired.
he got him just
He got
around
him
the
just like
outside.
that.
Just
Wow.
around the outside. Those 2 inside lines, they turn really tight, but you don't get the drive. Plus, the first jump there, as you're coming back towards the finish line area, is really worn out on the outside, so you don't really jump it. And that's where Kitchen took advantage of it.
So now it's going to be a stopwatch battle. because Kilroy in second was not able to match Hymas. He actually lost time. Kitchen is now the man in second. Can he start to reel in Chance Hymas, or is Hymas going to put this one away?
And we're only halfway.
Yeah,
right?
I think plenty of time now if you're Levi Kitchens. He's starting to string together some really good laps. And like you said, putting together those little parts of the racetrack, make up a tenth here, a half a second there.
Seeing Kitchen switch back kind of to the inside lines. He's trying to shorten up the track now. But what's interesting, right, is they've all ran pretty close lap times here the last 2 laps or so. But all the work that Kitchen had to do to get there, right, from so far back in the beginning. And so will that play a part when we get to the end of this moto? Is he going to show a little fatigue, or is he going to be fit enough to, push all the way through no problem?
Yeah, we always talk about, oh man, it's a full sprint the entire time. There's a difference between starting second and setting someone up and waiting, Jeff, than going 36 to third with how hard you're going to go on that first lap.
Yeah, he really has been in great command of everything. I mean, I know he hasn't won all of his motos, but his riding has really been on point, and he's just got that aggressive, comfortable sort of rhythm and flow to him. He kind of leans back on the bike, and he basically does whatever he wants with it. So Hymas is going to have his hands full here in a little bit if Kitchen, catches his breath right now, smooths out his lines, and figures out just where he wants to be.
Let's check the lap time. It's our first shot with Hymas in the lead, and they matched each other. 1:52.4 for both Hymas and Kitchen.
Wow, you talk about stepping up. Hymas, he's figuring out this racetrack as well.
How about Robbie Marshall back there just behind this group in fourth? Another great start.
32 years old.
Yeah, not full-time riding and racing any longer, and here he is putting it to all but 3 of the best amateurs in the game.
He showed a little fatigue in the first moto, but his speed is what is there. That's what's really amazing. I mean, he's twice as old as Hymas.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Double his age. Robbie Marshall, one of the rippers, up in New England in 4th. Jace Kessler had the whole shot. He is 5th. Cade Namarine 6th. Jack Chambers, Cullen Park, Hunter Yoder had a couple good starts earlier in the week. He has had to work his way forward in this one. He's 9th. Brandon Scherer is actually one of the trainers at Club MX and raced a couple pro races this summer. He is in 10th. Here's something interesting. Brandon Scherer got, I believe, a 17th in a moto this year in the 250 Lucas Oil Pro Nationals. He is running 10th in this Open Pro Sport moto.
That's what I'm telling you guys, the depth of field here, because this is, for a lot of these young riders, this is that final step, that final chance that they get to show their speed, their fitness, their determination, their desire, how much heart they have, and that's why these fields are stacked.
And it's Levi Kitchen. He is catching Chance Hymas big time.
Yeah, this is a great lap by Kitchen. Probably the fastest one of the week right here, I bet you money.
52 is the fastest I've seen. What are we looking at for fastest time?
That's all I've seen is a 152 as well. A 153.
52.
And a 52.4 again, so he just matches what he did the lap before. So Hymas just a tad slower.
Yeah, Hymas putting together his best laps, probably of the week, but Kitchen has thrown down the best time anyone has thrown down on any point through practice or the motos. So it's not like Hymas is getting slower, it's just Kitchen is getting that much quicker. They were in the 154s together, they went into the 153s, and then Kitchen throwing down a 152, but there, feet off the pegs.
A little bit of a mistake there, and that kind of helps out Hymas for sure. Same rhythms through there. Like to see if Hymas is taking the same lines. What does he think of the racetrack compared to Levi?
I mean, when you watch these riders from this overhead shot like this, I love how you can see the ruts, right? I mean, it is so difficult, trust me.
That is years and years. Yeah, that you can jump a motorcycle relatively quick into your learning curve here, but doing that in a long rut like that, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's become the thing here. A couple of riders, we even saw Hayden Deegan, that same thing. They only sit down to that very, very end of the corner. They're probably going through 50 feet of rut, standing. Oh, back end sliding out there for Kitchen.
All right, now this is where it gets tricky. If you're Chance Hymas, you got to make these passes decisively because here comes Levi Kitchen. He is ready to pounce.
Yeah, and I can tell you guys, when you're out there and once you start to catch some of the lapped riders, right? Oh, here we go. We got action.
Now, Hymas is stuck. Where's he going to go? Left or right with the lap rider? All the way to the inside is Kitchen. And a beautiful drive out of that corner. Is it enough to take the lead? Man, did he hook up using that inside rut. Hymas going to fight back over the tunnel. Hymas will be on the inside. Kitchen's going to grease it down to the outside and get the lead.
Yeah, Hymas really needed to
Oh,
get in
Hymas
there.
comes out clean right here, though. I thought he might have stuck it.
Over that tunnel. He needed to jump those and just completely fade left and block Kitchen's run, but couldn't stop it.
Wow, the drive that Kitchen got, he went all the way to the inside. I figured it looked good going into the corner, but I didn't think he'd have enough speed coming out to complete the pass, but he did. And now he's trying to get away. What a ride.
Well, now let's see if Kitchen uncorks a better lap right here. Right, so you get out front, you're feeling good about what's just happened. I mean, let's face it, he just went from 30th to 1st in about 16 minutes, right? Pretty impressive. But now, with a clear track, and if he doesn't catch any lappers, he may uncork a better lap here yet because he knows the track, knows where he wants to go, has a chance to take a deep breath, pull a tear off.
Well, I'll tell you what, every podium interview that we have done with Kitchen, and even with wins, he has not been happy with his riding. He said he's been surprised, Jeff, how slick the track actually feels. And he's mentioned some tip overs and some mistakes. He might finally have it dialed in here. We might be seeing peak Levi Kitchen at this point. And just like that, time almost expired. Probably looking at 2 laps to go here. And Levi Kitchen still showing how it's done here at Loretta's. It was last year in the limited B class, 250B limited and 450B. Not normally where the Premier B riders race. He swept all 6 motos. Everyone said, yeah, but can he get it done against the big hitters? He proved it at Mini-O's. He's proved it all around the country. He's now proving it in Pro Sport. The hype is there, and he is living up to it right now. Chance Hymas, a great race. But Levi Kitchen is hot property right now.
He's just put 5 seconds, 5.2 second gap between Kitchen back to Hymas. And Kilroy's, still in 3rd, but, I mean, the leaders had a pretty good pace going, and Kilroy just couldn't match it.
Yeah, and usually Kilroy, we've seen in lap 6 or 7 is where he actually starts putting in his best times, but man, did Kitchen throw down with that 152.3, sorry. And at one point, Hymas went 152.4. So really the difference is these last 2-3 laps, Kitchen is staying closer to his ideal time than Hymas.
But when you look at the points, guys, you had Kilroy coming in with 1, Hymas 2, and Kitchen 3.
Yep.
Right now, all 3 of them are tied on 4. Trust me, I know what the tie's like going into the last race. I'm facing one right now with Keith Johnson. Okay, so
yeah, what's the night gonna be like when you're sleeping on that? Don't mess this up.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, Kitchen's been, he's been super strong, super fast, but he has made some mistakes. Right, he made the mistake with the Red Cross flag.
He did,
and lost a couple positions in that one. He's fallen down a couple times in this one. He had a bad start, had to ride back to 3rd.
And I think
he had a horrible start and rode to 1st. So
I think the bad starts are here to stay. They're on 250s. He's probably going to have to come from behind again in the 3rd moto because he and Hymas are on 250s. So he might have to fight through traffic again, both of them, to win the title. That's got to be nerve-wracking in itself.
Countdown clock set a minute. One of the things, though, here, I'm sitting here watching Kitchen and how he goes through the bumps and how he's really trying to miss everything. He wheelies different bumps. He hops from one to another. He doesn't just ride the Yamaha straight through everything. He's got a lot of finesse and a lot of rhythm to what he's doing. And what I like about his technique and his style, he really grips the bike with his legs and his knees are tight and really
looks like he's out for a Sunday stroll there. Stands up. He looks like Plessinger in some places.
Yeah.
A little more finesse though, but like that, he
He
sat
stood
down.
up all the way through the turn, and he didn't sit down until he was exiting the turn.
The little bit of that hook, he sat down for just a moment. That's a different way of riding a motorcycle. We always came into the turn, you sit down, but it's doesn't load the suspension up. You miss some of the bumps. So I believe the white flag is out. Jason Wygant is now on his way down to have a word with Levi Kitchens. Jeff Emig, man, what a pleasure. He's running the old 47, so he's doing the number proud, right?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look right there.
Out front, right?
Yeah, I mean, hard to believe 89 was essentially my same year. My last year as an amateur was 89, running the number 47, and here you got Kitchen out there.
You had quite the memorable race through the pack, too.
I don't remember.
You don't?
Dude, I'm 50.
That what you say that? That was you and Bradshaw, right?
You don't remember either then.
The Bradshaw race. So the checker flag will fly. Jeff Emigan, Levi Kitchens does right by your number. That's your number.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you just can't say enough about that type of ride. I mean, he was outside the top 30 when we first caught him and made his way to the front and really was in command. Used a lot of different lines on the track. He did not follow. He looked great once he got the lead. He was bouncing from all the right spots. Looked fantastic through his turns. For all you parents out there, coaches that are coaching some younger riders, or even if you got some old ones, that's how it's done here at Loretta's.
Impressive. That's how they finish out. Levi Kitchen, Chance Hymas, Preston Kilroy. And yeah, no stress. They're all tied up going into that third and pivotal moto as we get ready to talk to Jason Wygant. What a barn burner of a race that was.
We're finally seeing it down here now. We always call it the dog days of summer at Loretta's. We have not had the typical searing heat and humidity, but this is probably about as hot as it has been. And in that pace up front was so intense. These boys look spent under this tent. They left it all out there. We saw 152 lap times from both Hymas and Kitchen, because they were pushing it hard, and they both had to do it coming through traffic, because in this open pro sport, if you bring a 250, might be better around the track, might be better throughout the moto, but off the start you're going to be eating dirt, and that's exactly what they had to do to get up front. See if we can grab them. Levi Kitchen's got the drill down. I didn't even have to ask. He's headed on up. We will talk to him. We will talk to Chance Hymas, Preston Kilroy, and also Jace Kessler, who grabbed our Stasic hole shot. We'll get them all. Let's give a gold medal, and this is about as hard-earned as they come. We had him about 34th place as they came through the start, and he wins the moto, Levi Kitchen. So is this just what's going to be on a 250 in open pro sport? You're just going to have to eat dirt the whole time?
I guess so. Oh my God. Yeah. Honestly though, that wasn't anything to do with 250. I just had a terrible start. Like, it was bad all around. I can't figure out when they're going to drop it. I know you should never time it, but it was quick that time. I just wasn't ready. And I don't know, I made some quick passes, pretty much closed my eyes, tried to get around people. And I thought I was still buried on about lap 3, and I realized it was just Preston, Chance, and I think that was it actually. And yeah, I got around Preston, and I actually at first I didn't know if I could catch Chance, and then slowly started reeling him in, and I knew he was going to get a little bit tired. We all do, but I just dug deep for that one.
The first couple of motos this week, even when you were winning, you were saying you weren't happy with the riding. Is it more like the way you want to be right now?
Yes, I would love to ride like that with a good start. I feel comfortable. I didn't make any dumb mistakes, so yeah.
Who do you want to thank, Levi?
My mom, dad, of course, my sister, her boyfriend Justin were coming out. All my friends and family back home, the whole Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha team, my mechanic Connor, FMF, Ethica, Bell, 100%, Alpine Star, Thor, Rhino Power, trainer Swanee, winning for helping me out, Rob. I mean, there's just so many people out here helping me, so I can't think of his name.
There it is. What an effort. Coming from behind, Levi Kitchen. And we are looking at a 3-way tie in points going into the third moto. I want to bring our second place finisher, Chance Hymas, on up. He was also second in Moto 1. So he's got as good a shot at this title as anybody. Led some laps, threw down a 152. He's got all the tools. So let's bring our second place finisher to the podium. And we'll talk about that battle for the number 1 spot. And we'll get Preston Kilroy up after that. And then Jace Kessler as well, who grabbed our whole shot award. Here comes Chance Hymas. So this is the story. I want to applaud. Yeah, that's cool. This is the story. You got some of these kids on 250s. They have to make quick work of the field to get to the front, and then it is full tilt for the gold medal. He put in a great effort. He ends up second. Here it is, Chance Hymas. Yeah, let's go out front. You threw it on a 152 in that moto, which is about the best lap we've seen all week, but unfortunately so did Kitchen. You guys left it all out there. It was fun to watch. What was it like to be in that battle?
It was gnarly to say the least. My start was pretty decent against the 450s. I got out. I think I was in top 10 within the first few corners. I started making passes quick and got up to the front. There was actually a little bit of a pile up right before the end of the lap, and I scored a couple positions right there, but got up to the front and I was riding my own race and just started making mistakes, and Levi was on it, and after he passed me I just tried to latch on and see what he was doing, but seconds all I had that moto, but we're all tied going into the third moto, so it'll be interesting.
That's going to be fun to watch. Who do you want to thank here? I know you got dirt in your throat. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, Monster Energy, Team Green Kawasaki, Pro Circuit, Fly, Scott, Alpine Star, Pod, Pocatello Power Sports, Western Power Sports, Maxima, Dunlop, Renthal, Toggle Factory, Troll Training, John Wesley, and Jake Weimer. Everyone else, thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Chance Hymas, your runner-up. Great run for one of the youngsters of this Pro Sport division. Let's look for Preston Kilroy, took third place. Remember, he won the first moto, so he's sitting on a 1-3. It is a 3-way tie. We have a 1-3, a 3-1, and a 2-2 at the top of the pile going into the third moto of Open Pro Sport. Good run again. For a moment, it looked like he was going to take the lead from Hymas. He ends up third, though. Preston Kilroy. Take me through that moto. It was so intense with the three of you. It was a good battle.
Yeah, I got off to a decent start. Made my way into the lead and then came around that turn over there and just hit my front brake on the tree and fell over. And then, yeah, they both got around me, or Chunk got around me, and then I just tried to make clean laps and catch back up to him. And I did the same thing again, but we'll learn from it, come back out, and do better next time. So,
who do you want to thank, Preston?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, the whole Bar X Suzuki crew, Randy Lawrence, my mechanic Moto, Fly, 100%, Atlas, EVS, Pirelli, Twisted, just everyone. Thank you.
All right, Preston Kilroy taking third on the Bar X Chaparral Suzuki. Yeah, that's right. The tip over there. Who knows how that moto would have turned out. He had the lead early. Jace Kessler, come on up, and we'll give you a whole shot award. You see Jace Kessler at all levels, some of the pro races, and here in Pro Sport at Loretta's. He knows how to get a start. Stasic whole shot award at the 51. Jace Kessler. How'd you pull that one?
Man, I just timed that gate good, and body position was good, and I just focused in and shot out of there like a rocket and just shifted gears and tried to get to that first turn first. So, it's been a tough week, but trying to turn it around.
Who do you want to thank, Jace?
My mom and dad, my whole family, Justin, A-Team, O'Neill, 100%, Ethica, Monster Army, 100%, Menzo Racing, FMF, Matrix Designs, OGO, and everybody else. Thank you.
All right, there it is, Jace Kessler, Stasic Whole Shot Award.